well with Gabby Thomas, Shericka Jackson, Dina Asher Smith was running her first 200 of the year. And Gabby Thomas, she just puts on a clinic in these races. I went back trying to find a bad Gabby Thomas 200 or even like a mediocre Thomas 200. It's hard to do. She always brings it. And when she doesn't win the race, it's in a historically quick 200 like we had last year in Tokyo, where she finishes behind Thompson Herah and Christina Mboma. Shericka Jackson did well, but Thomas was just too much. Asher Smith was back a bit in third, 22-3. And here's what I'm thinking about Thomas. Because last year, everybody brought it to that Olympic final, we now believe that that's how this is going to be in 2022. But you don't need to go far back in history to find a lot of other 200s where that's not the case. Because a lot of people, it's their secondary event. For her, it's her primary event. And we already have a situation now with Mboma being hurt. We don't know her status, has the groin issue. But Gabby Thomas is working her way into contention where if a couple things break right, she could be in the mix for the gold.
I was thinking the exact same thing. It's kind of, I wasn't like, we forget people scratch the 200. People don't put effort into 200. Right now, I don't see Elaine Thompson-Herah and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce showing any signs that they're going to be all in on the 2, the way they are trying to be all in on the 1. Gabby Thomas is showing she's all in the 1. I mean, all in the 2. Mm-hmm. And I think outside of really right now, I mean, obviously you have the Gabby-Abby battle, which is for another time. But outside of Mboma and Elaine Thompson-Herah, there's not really anyone who's running the way she is. So I would argue you could say, I think Gabby Thomas should be the number 1 ranked 200-meter runner in the world right now.
Well, no, come on, let's not be silly. Let's not go too far. I'm saying because Thompson-Herah ran 21.5 last year, and that's
but what has Thompson-Herah done this year? Nothing.
What do you mean? She wins hundreds and jogs across the finish line.
Yeah, but
you just talked about projection for July and August versus right now. All right. And the person that you'd give the most benefit to the doubt in terms of projection would be a woman who's run 10.5 and 21.5. I'm saying Thompson-Herah would need to not be the Thompson-Herah of 21, which is a very high standard to meet. And there's a possibility that she's not. And there's also a possibility, as you mentioned, she doesn't end up on that start line for whatever reason. Could be a lot of different reasons why they're not there. And if she's not, Thomas is in a perfect position right now to capitalize on that. Both at their best, I'm going to go with the 21.5.
Yeah, both at the best, Thompson. But Elaine Thompson-Herah is not going to give her best because
you don't know that now. Do you have?
I'm predicting that she's going to scratch or she's going to not try as hard. I'm predicting that.
Gordon is guessing scratches 3 months out or 2 months out.
Yeah, why not?
Sure. All right, who else? Here, let me get a piece of paper. Who else is scratching? Let me get Gordon's scratch list. Can we get this down?
I mean, a lot will scratch 200. Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's the genesis of this conversation was saying how the 200 necessarily does not accurately represent the 200-meter final at the World Championship or Olympics. Oftentimes does not accurately represent the best 8 people from that year. You could say that about other events too, but 200 in particular.
I mean, the fact that Guliev won in like 2017 is like proof that like the 200's like a fake event sometimes.
It's not a fake event. It's just because of how the schedule works out. And there's been great 200s.
Yeah.
There's been sensational
when Bolt's trying and when Elliott Shelley and when Elaine Thompson-Herah is trying. But when they're not trying, it's a bad event.
And we don't know what it's going to be this year. True. And all I'm saying is you look at a performance like this from Gabby and you look at her last couple years, it's mighty impressive what she's done.